We all have a problem that we're afraid to admit. We see it every single day on the streets, in schools, restaurants, stores. We see it on the roads, in conversations, and at important gatherings. You see, that problem, ladies and gentlemen, is technology. My name is Jarrett Kelsey, and I'll be the first to admit that I'm addicted to my phone. I've used it while at a dinner table in front of people I love. I've used it while driving, waiting in line, when I'm at work, and even when I'm home. You see, we use our phones so much just to disconnect ourselves from the real world that it can have long-term negative effects that we might not be able to cure. It doesn't take much to see what's going on. Just look outside on the streets. Everyone's heads down looking at their phones while they're walking. Look at the restaurant that you like to eat at. Somebody is having a date where one, if not both, are on their phones. Look around you right now. I bet someone in the audience is on their phone. This is our problem, where we are also disconnected from society that a piece of I can tell you that I feel awful about it. I hate it. It's a terrible feeling when I'm sitting across from the dinner table with the woman I love and I can still find the disrespect to show my phone more attention than her. Yet I still do it. And here's the thing, she does it too. That's what we see, yet we choose to turn a blind eye. There's a study, a Harvard study, that brings up a good point about how our phones release dopamine in our brains and how scientifically that instant gratification from a notification on our phone disconnects us from the dopamine release that we get from social interactions and tunnels that into likes because we get those more often. There are three areas of our brains that are affected. The first is the mesocortical. This controls our cognitive memory, attention, emotional, and learning abilities. The second is the nigrostriatal. This controls our movement and sensory stimuli. Last is the mesolimbic, which controls pleasure, reward, addiction, and perception. And this is from a Harvard study in 2018. We become a society of convenience, and what I mean by that is the thing that gives us that dopamine release the quickest is what we seek most often. With this knowledge, I mean, would it be safe to say we're fighting for a battle for our own time? Time is the most valuable possession we own, yet we only have so many minutes of life. Why would we want to waste that control you? You think you're in charge. Here's what another Harvard study from 2017 found. The study was to see if just the mere presence of a phone, whether next to or in the other room, provided the user with the same level of anxiety as if they had just lost their keys or their wallet. Having the phone around still allows us to access the social world, feeding that addiction that is so much stronger than you realize. There's another study written by Dr. Rong Wang from 2015. His thesis was that being around cell phones for extended periods of time give a greater risk to develop brain cancer later down the road. Do I need to repeat that? Isn't that something that we've all thought about? I know I sure have, but do we care? Nope. We're so addicted to the dopamine release that we're willing to risk our lives for the bing, the vibrate, the feeling of fame. How can we let ourselves do this? Well, it's the same way smokers keep smoking, alcoholics keep drinking, drug users keep using. Addiction to technology is our downfall, but we can change that. And it's not all bad. I know phones do great things for us as well. I can't deny that fact. I'd be lost if I didn't have Google Maps or the ease of connection to my family and friends, of the easy access to pay bills or purchasing things online. Phones do us great deeds that I know we can't lose. So if we went back in time and showed somebody 50 years ago a smartphone, they would think pigs could fly. Here's another thing. I'm 24 years old to complain about us millennials and our damn phones. But let me tell you, they are also the first ones to say how great things are once they have figured out how to use the basics. What I found is they're like toddlers, where they know enough to use them but don't know enough to care. They don't care about the Insta models or the people with the check marks next to their name. They care about the personal interactions. They care about those around them. They haven't lost their connection to society, and I think that's something we have to learn from. So here's what I'm asking, and this includes myself. I'm asking everybody who's gotten carried away, let their phones control their lives instead of the other way around, to tone it back. Take a step back. Do we need 6 different social media accounts? Do we need to know what the person with 100,000 followers is doing? The answer to that is a simple no. So all I'm asking is to delete those apps you don't need. Put down your phone. Smell the roses. Feel the sun on your face. Wave and say hello to people walking by. Show them what it's like to optimize living and technology. Spread that feeling so they can feel too. If we can do that, I think the world could be a better place. Thank you.